Hello viewers, welcome to SportLink, an international sport show that showcases Gambia and international sport news. We keep you updated with the latest sport news and previews. Stay tuned as we bring to you various sporting activities in the Gambia and around the world. Do join us as we celebrate sport personalities and the achievements in the Gambia sport arena. Thank you for joining us.
I am Ibrahim Amane, Technical Director of Gambia Football Federation. Please keep watching SportLink and GRTS.
Welcome back. On this week's edition, we report on the Miss Nawetan 2015 competition that took place at a local hotel in Bakau. The Nigerian 23 team that are currently in Senegal for the Nations Cup tournament spoke with SportLink. Our panelists will discuss on the Gambia's dismal exit on the Waffle tournament in Dakar. On this special edition on Sumo Legends for this week, we will be talking to the media officer of the Nigerian Under-23 team to tell us more about the Dream Team. This and many more coming up on this week's SportLink.
Thank you very much for watching and welcome to the news segment. I am Modelemin BI. And on our news segment tonight, we'll be reporting on the 2015 Miss Nawetan competition that recently took place at a local hotel in Bakau.
Thank you very much. I'm Lamin Maram, the CEO to Stanford Promotions, and this Stanford Promotions normally organize the Miss Nawetan gradually every year, and this is our third edition. And the why the promotions used to do this Miss annually is to attract, first of all, sponsorships for both the league and the knockout for Bakau, and secondly to reduce violence in sports, and the third is to interact mass participation in community development. So this is why annually we normally host these programs, and successfully we could say we achieve all of them.
And achieving is having a winner, and I'm pleased to say we have the winner right here sitting next to me, and she is the queen of that particular competition. Welcome, Queen.
Thank you very much. I am Miss Kadisa Matei, the winner of Miss Nawetan 2015 at Bakau.
How did you all go through? How did you manage to become the winner, the eventual winner of the competition?
Well, it has not been easy, but then thank God I tried to overcome everything, and then all I do was to listen to my trainers and then the coordinators down there. That's all. If you want to become a winner, you have to listen to the people that are there for you, especially your main trainer. If you listen to him or her, obviously you have no way of becoming a winner.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Gambia Football Federation, we'll bid farewell to the Nigerian Under-23. We visited last week to the Gambia for a training camp. And, as you know, the head coach is Samsidin here. Since they've been here, we've had a program. Their program activities that they sent to the GFF, we've honored them. And that is to provide a similar match venue, that is artificial turf. And we provided the FIFA Gold Project, the technical training center. We also have some matches at the Brikama football field, which is also artificial turf. The problems of the time they will play the game, which is 6 o'clock, it's unfortunate we couldn't start matches at 6 o'clock because there is no flow slide. So, but we managed to make sure the training programs that they identify and listed, that is the test matches we provided in oppositions. The first game they played against Real on this game ground, Real lost to them, and the second game they played against the Under-20, that was a draw game. They wanted to play against the Under-20 once again, but the players went back to their teams. So today we arranged Bakau United for them to play against, because the team leaves tonight for the competitions. It's good because we just watched the game. It looks like there's no major injuries. So the team will leave here well prepared and maybe mentally also mentally prepared. We want to thank them on behalf of the Gambian people and the Gambia Football Federation. We wish them good luck. It is just a stone throw. We will all make sure we go and watch the tournament. Should they go to the final, we all will be there to support the Nigerians. We hope they stay here, they will not regret it, and we wish them good well.
Here talking to some members of the Nigeria Under-23 team, and I'm pleased to say we're currently joined by the media officer of the football team, who happens to be none other than Mr. Tim. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. And
You're welcome.
And our first question would be, you've been with this team through and through, and you know all their ins and out. Can you please let us know, as a media man, all the negative aspect or all the negative stories that have been written on the team or about the team? How true are those reports? Because sometimes someone out there will be there, and all what their motive will be is to see that the team fails and start writing bad stuff or bad news. And we are even aware that your plane, according to some reports, your plane nearly crashed and you had to stop in Ghana or all whatnot. Can you please clarify all those rumors and set things straight for us?
Well, if on this job you don't have negatives, you can never have positives. As long as you have negatives, you must have positives. And so we expect the positives to come, we expect negatives to come. All we need to do is to manage them. Some persons are not informed, they don't want to ask questions. And when you don't ask questions, you can never get it right. And then when you give people the opportunity to guess, you also open your doors to such negativities to happen to your team. But by and large, when you're managing a team like that of Nigeria, where there's so many interests and so many emotions, you expect such things to happen. So I'm not surprised about it. All we need to do is to be able to manage it. Yes, the picture of the plane crash is not as bad as they painted it. We were in the plane. Yes, we're landing. They had a tire. The tire got bad. We taken off again. They had some challenges. The pilot was experienced enough to call off a trip and land back. Of course, we took about 20 minutes on air because he had to explain to us that he needed to burn out some fuel so that he would land safely, which he did safely. And here we are in Gambia, enjoying ourselves and enjoying our camp. Okay, and you guys have been here for about 3 to 4 days, and just like we've been speaking to the coach, you'll be playing some test matches here in Gambia. Can you please let us know your opponents? Well, the only one I know I'm very sure of right now is in the Gambian under 23 team. The other two are two club sides we here are playing in the continent, which will give us. Yeah, we are told that you will be playing Real Banjul Football Club. Yeah, I think we heard about that one too. So for us, any team that comes is good as all we need test matches and good test matches, and these are good test matches. Okay, as the mouthpiece of the federation, or as the mouthpiece of also millions out there in Nigeria, and what will you tell them is going to happen inside the camp, and how are you guys preparing for the tournament that kicks off on the 28th next week? We're preparing very, very well. The stories that you hear about indiscipline here, indiscipline there, coach is just trying to stamp his feet to take away all form of indiscipline. Nobody is bigger than a team. Football is not like athletics where you run 100 meters or 200 meters. But sometimes even in athletics you need your partner when it comes to relays, and football is like a relay. You need everybody to be. So when you're not on the same page, then those who are not on the same page will go. That aside, the players brought in here, well and hearty, except Victor Osimhen, who was down with malaria. Expected because he's been actively involved at the Under-17 World Cup in Chile for 1 month plus. He's been so stressed up. So of course, we expect him to take a break. Okay, and finally, you go into a country that is not an English-speaking country. They virtually speak French. And as the media officer, because you'll be arranging interviews or post-match interviews for the coach, and how are you prepared for that task? Because it will be difficult. Not difficult. Don't forget that my coach speaks French. Okay. He played in France. It was in France. But then, don't forget too that if you want to interview a French-speaking coach, if you don't speak French, you won't answer. If the onus is on you to learn English and not also to learn French. Yeah. So the pressure is on you to speak English. And so if you can't speak, he speaks to the press when the need arises. If the need doesn't arise, he doesn't speak to the press. And so when it comes to the normal CAF interviews, of course, the interpreters that will do the interpretations for everybody. So we're not going to run into problems. Okay, and speaking of the press, and we are glad to say, you gave us permission to speak with them, and that we are very much grateful. And we wish you and the team all the best of luck that you need in Nigeria, and hopefully see you guys at the Olympics in Brazil. There's practically no way I'll stop it. It's the Gambian TV from interviewing the coach for the people who have been so friendly with us. Yes, so we're duty bound to do it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir. You're welcome. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and welcome to this week's edition of Viewpoint right here on SportsLink. Viewpoint is a segment that is created to discuss some topical sporting issues and highlights. And as usual, I am a presenter, Model MBI, and today I have a very special guest in my boss, my mentor, and he's none other than Mr. Sangmendi, a renowned seasoned journalist
in the Gambia. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation and welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. And two topics as usual that we'll be discussing, and top of all will be Gambia's exit from the WAFU competition in Senegal. And I'm sure most of you are all aware that the Gambia played and won their first game. But in the final against Senegal, our neighbors, there was some disastrous scenes that happened there, which led to the Gambia's disqualification to the tournament and suspension from WAFU. And Mr. Sang, what do you make out of all of this? Gambia been disqualified, suspended, and refusing to play extra time.
When I heard about it, I thought, no, this was a joke. This cannot happen. Because it is expensive to come this far to get to the finals of the WAFU championship. The boys have been preparing for a very long time, and that preparation was costly. It cost the federation some money. You know, having to travel to Senegal, spending those number of days, spending money, only to go to a final and refusing to play the remaining 30 minutes. You know, to me that was a joke, and I cannot forgive anyone who's taking decisions like that. Irrespective of what, WAFU, we all know that they are unorganized, and they should not have registered if they know that things are not in good place. You went at a technical meeting, so-called, and you all refused, to follow what the rules said.
Exactly.
The rules said this, and you went to a technical meeting and something came. Stick by the rules, because that is what is written. That is what we're going to do. They went to the final point, and they realized that the rules actually said this. And let's go that you said you cannot play because the rules, at the technical meeting we agreed with. So it cost the Gambia a lot, and I have seen a newspaper that have technically analyzed the financial implications involved, and they said the Gambia lost close to 1.5 million CFR.
That's around
100,000. A whole lot of money, in the Gambia. It could have gone into some development aspect in Gambian football.
And finally here we'll be talking about the Super Nawetan competition, the final, which will be between Serekunda West and Sukuta. So this coming?
No, I didn't see this coming. Knowing that there are big powerhouses in
like Serekunda West, the defending champions.
East,
Sukuta did it double over them,
and Brikama.
Even Brufut.
No, for us we are still learning because we are just 3 years old in this championship. But yes, as the championship keep going, you would think that Sukuta would be there, because after Sukuta lost its game, they've turned out to be the team to watch, and everybody will tell you that when you watch Sukuta play, you will tip them for the final. For Serekunda West, it was a big surprise, but also, considering the team that they beat in the semi-finals, it wouldn't be a surprise because they all struggled in the group stages. Along the line in the knockout stages, it turned out to be that they could knock out any other person, and it happened that towards the last minute, I didn't watch the game, but I understand towards the last minute, the last minutes of the game, they got their winner, and that was it.
And what do you make of the sponsorship that was, FIB chipping in? At first we were told it's the GFF that are going to sponsor, injecting some cash amount, and then all of a sudden in the semi-final stages, FIB comes in. What do you make out of this? Better late than never?
Better late than never, and I think it came at the very right time, because the GFF, would have used money that was meant for something else, and it was good they came in to save the souls of the Super Nawetan organizing committee, because it would have been a disaster.
For me, it was disgraceful that at the beginning of the competition, there was no sponsor.
Magnitude.
Exactly.
A competition that brings in 40,000, that a club can go home, a team can go home with 40,000 in a single match. You cannot run out of sponsorship. But the reason why it happened is probably they had sat until 1 month or 2 months before the championship, and they want to look for sponsorship, and it doesn't happen like that. After this championship, they should go out and look for sponsorship for the next championship coming, if FIV is not going to be there next year.
Thank you for watching. I have been Mudlam Mbia, and once again, many thanks to my very special guest, Mr. Sang, and we're glad to have you on set.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, viewers. This is what we have for you on this edition of Sportlink. But before we go, do like our Facebook page or visit us on YouTube on Affinity TV, or go to our website on affinitypro.com. Sponsors are also invited. My name is Binta Jane, standing in for Sirachov. Bye.